The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There's a couple many years did not have children, and they're down. And the Rav in Eretz Yisrael gives them an idea. They should go off to some distant, remote place in Russia, where there are some Yidden there, and be Yiddishkeit over there. And they do it, and they're very matzliach, very, very matzliach. And not only that, they were Zoicha after 10 years of marriage to have a baby girl. So the idea was to come back to Eretz Yisrael. They said, no, they're staying here with these people. Then they found that as the girl started to grow older, that she unfortunately was diagnosed with childhood diabetes, and she had a very severe case of it. But at one point they came back to Eretz Yisrael, they treated her with the insulin, they made the connections, and they're there. This was a very remote Russian village. And one summer, it was particularly hot, right? It does get hot in the summer, no? People think Russia's cold all year. It's not. It got very hot, and there was forest fires. There were fires, and the whole area was surrounded by fires. And at one point, they had to quickly evacuate. And the entire village was put onto a train, and they didn't have a chance to get kosher food. They just grabbed the insulin for their daughter. Meanwhile, the train was terribly, terribly hot. And after a while, they saw the daughter, her sugar level is going up. And the insulin is not working. And the father, he tried to get a hold of a doctor. The doctor said, is it terribly hot? You know that the insulin has to be kept refrigerated. And in the heat, it loses its power. So the insulin is useless. He's describing how hot it was in that train and how many days they're sitting there. And meanwhile, they see their daughter's sugar level is getting higher and higher. They reach a certain town, and they're taken out, and they go to the school building, and they're sitting there, and they see that their daughter is withering away in front of their eyes. And some people came over to ask if they can help, and they said, there's a doctor, and they came to the doctor. The doctor never heard of insulin. He was a little behind, he was still shaking a bone or something in the rain dance, I don't know what he was doing. And they were at wit's end, these parents. And so with the last battery left in his cell phone, he called a friend of his in Eretz Yisrael. And they said, well, how do we get insulin to you in some remote place in Russia with their forest fires all around? She said, go to Cave Rachel, and the mother wants to be on the phone with Rachel Imenu. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but I guess she wanted to be on the phone with Rachel Imenu. They said, we'll go tomorrow morning. Said, she may not make it till tomorrow morning. Somebody went to Cave Rachel, and the mother got onto the phone. And the mother is screaming through the phone, and she says, Mama Rachel, please, you know how long we waited for this child, you have to help us. And some people were wondering how exactly Mama Rachel is going to help them, and he sits down over there, and the phone rings, and he looks at it's Gregory. Gregory was one of their Talmidim in this town, in the old town. Why is he calling now? And let me pick up for him. But your battery's going out, and what else do we have? And he picks up for him, and Gregory picks up, and he says, Rabbi, you sound so shaken. He says, my daughter is dying. We need insulin. Not thinking for the life of him that Gregory can help. And Gregory says, where are you exactly? He says, I'm here and there. Why? Hangs up the phone. What? He says, a half hour later, this guy shows up on a bicycle. And he takes out of a backpack an ice pack, and inside is a thing of insulin. So Gregory got a hold of him. He said he used to be Gregory's friend. His mother is a diabetic, so they have insulin in the house. And he came, and that insulin mamish saved his daughter's life. So he said, I don't know, you want to know what Mama Rachel can do in heaven for a remote place in Russia? But he later said, I didn't want to pick up the phone for Gregory, because he's like the last person in the world I thought is going to help me, right?
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org